What's up, Capcom community? We're live at San Diego Comic-Con 2013. Burleston here along with Chris Antista.
How you doing?
What are we taking a look at?
Well, we're here at Comic-Con. We figured why not do a better introduction for our DuckTales Himalayas stream than just introducing ourselves on the title screen. Here, see it here in full-on Comic-Con, where we also have Dungeons & Dragons, a DuckTales money bin that you can jump into, Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies, Lost Planet 3. We have an entire Monster Hunter booth where you can pose with a Rathalos sword, Great Sword, or some Bracky dual blades. It's a bunch of cool stuff, and the store is decked out with a bunch of new stuff.
Capcom store has a bunch of items only here at Comic-Con, and then hopefully we can get some on the store, on the online store later. But one of the big ones here is this Mega Man 25th anniversary statue. It's the first time it's around to pick up, as well as the life-size statue to take a picture with, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. So basically, the point is to make you feel bad for not coming to Comic-Con. But all right, to soothe that a little bit, we're going to show you the entire playthrough of DuckTales Remastered's Himalayas level,
which is premiering at Comic-Con this
Exactly.
year.
It's premiering right here. We have a trailer narrated by Launchpad up right now on Capcom Unity YouTube. Always subscribe, people. So without further ado, let's jump into that stream. Yes, I love this scene. That's where we were going to jump in.
Okay. Squish, 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 squish. Making.
Ah, Himalayas.
And look at Launchpad.
Let's catch up with our boys real quick. What has happened? I'll give you one guess. Look at the plane. Look who is flying it. I think we can figure it out from there. Launchpad crasher extraordinaire.
He's been crashing planes since when, actually?
Yeah, since 87.
Has he successfully ever landed a plane?
I don't know. I just don't think, I can't think of anybody else who would employ him other than someone who could replace a menagerie of planes every other week.
So basically what they're talking about here is what happens with Remastered a lot. Oh no! There it goes. Why don't you fire this guy? Because he's a lovable goof.
Because he's hilarious.
Because then life would be too easy. But basically what they're doing here is setting up a reason why Scrooge needs to go explore around the mountain, much like if you've seen previous videos of the Transylvania level. There's this little bit more reasoning about why they're there. And what they're doing.
I will never say anything bad about the original NES ones. However, the reasons in which you are doing things or there, it's not presented. There's no narrative reason for you to be there, and two, it was like Capcom doing the best with what they had NES-wise, so there's a lot of retracing your steps without any real reason why. And so what this does is presented a story reason, and I'll take you through that. This is not necessarily going to be the fastest way to get through the level. It's just it leads you to a cutscene that I think is, I don't know, pretty emblematic of the work put into this game and to make it special again.
And one of the big things there, we kind of talked over all of it, but I mean, one of the big takeaways is the voice actors returning.
Voice actors are all back. I believe we are seeing...
What's up, Capcom community? We're live at San Diego Comic-Con 2013. Burleston here along with Chris Antista.
How you doing?
What are we taking a look at?
Well, we're here at Comic-Con. We figured why not do a better introduction for our DuckTales Himalayas stream than just introducing ourselves on the title screen. Here, see it here in full-on Comic-Con, where we also have Dungeons & Dragons, a DuckTales money bin that you can jump into. Ace suggested it.
And here you see, like, this is the Himalayas level we're showing off Comic-Con, and if you know the NES version well, you probably recognize not just the level layout, but even the goat jumping around. Oh, is the animation of Scrooge falling in the snow?
Yes, here we go.
Do Pogo. Oh!
Burr! This is all new.
Well, that's really cool. I haven't seen a teeth chattering.
Yeah, exactly. There's a bunch of added little tiny animations like this. Usually, like, at least one unique one per level that you can't experience in any other level. Do not quote me on that, but yeah, this is sorry. I always show this off. One of my favorite idle animations. He's on a rope. I don't know why this entertains me so much, but he could be that one.
Aww.
I don't know why. I don't know why. If I was on a rope, I would definitely look both ways
before continuing to rope burn my hands down.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if his spats come in handy in the snow here.
Oh yes, it's to keep the mud off your boots. Aha!
Yep.
The fuel regulator shall be mine.
So yeah, this is
and
then I'm gonna guess some sort of cousin of Thumper steps in, and off they go with the thing Scrooge was after. So now
there is no definitive Bambi game.
I'm sorry.
Bambi is a great summon in Kingdom Hearts, where Kingdom Hearts fans might have also seen Alan Young, who also does the role of Scrooge McDuck in Kingdom Hearts. Nice. Just pretty cool. He's been doing that for years as well. So I need to go get this part from a rabbit. These parts stolen from a rabbit.
Quote of the year.
And The other game was just sort of like, yeah, trial and error. I guess a lot of us had more patience for games. Did you see that statistic recently of like how many kids can finish the first level in Mario Brothers?
Right, yeah.
90% can't. So
yeah,
like,
which I mean,
it's not dumbed down. I don't have to hit the start menu, but I'm playing on medium. Here it is.
Yeah.
It's showing me the location of the objects on the map. You want to play on hard? Fine.
Hard gets rid of the map completely.
And if you really want to make it hard for yourself, please turn off your stream for just skip a minute ahead, because boom, invisible wall. Invisible wall, and if there's any order to going through the levels, it's probably, I would go Himalayas and Transylvania first, because they get an extra heart.
Nice. And those are permanent or per
They
level?
are permanent throughout the rest of the game.
And there you can see this spider's idle animation, like a lot of the care WayForward puts into. I mean, you know, WayForward, their sprite work and their 2D artwork and stuff is top notch. You should be able to see some of our documentaries at this point. And when they were talking about the design, it was really interesting that, like, well, all right, we don't have sprites anymore. Let's give these spiders 8 legs like they deserve. And they tried it, and it's like, nah, no, nuts with authenticity. Just keep them the way they were. Six-legged spider is
six-legged spider. He just looks cooler.
The spider be who he's born to be.
And I like that they gave, I don't know, those guys just, there's something a little more menacing about these hockey players who were randomly crashed in the Himalayas back in the day. Aha!
Yeah, there's a kind of an untold story of a bunch of stranded hockey players.
Exactly.
Who've resorted to Jason Voorhees' impression.
Really, really would love to see Disney's version of Alive.
I do like that effect of the hockey stick flying out.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
hands.
I should probably give him a little more screen time next time.
And this friendly rabbit that I wouldn't think would deal damage to Scrooge.
Yeah, I don't know. This is...
wailing in the background. You'll hear Jake Kaufman.
Yeah.
His amazing score. Jake Kaufman is, I would say, famous game composer. That works at WayForward, and also... nice.
Careful. This is the way to do it. Yes.
But is, like, faithfully, like, recreated, but embellished upon the NES DuckTales soundtrack. So if you know those songs really well, like most of us do, you'll hear these expertly reimagined versions of those songs. If you played Mighty Switch Force or Double Dragon Neon.
Man, I just played that recently. That music.
The soundtracks, yeah. And Jake also has a lot of stuff on Overclocked as Vert.
Yeah.
A lot of great stuff.
And talking to WayForward about everybody's favorite remix, Jake might have said this version.
What's up, Capcom community? We're live at San Diego Comic-Con 2013. Burleson here, along with Chris Anderson.
It's like, it had no expectations on it. And It's just calypso, wacky and weird. Like, just take it in any direction you want.
Well, I often think of calypso with the Himalayas.
I don't know what kind of... I'm no musical expert, Elspeth.
Well, nor I.
I forgot what else I was going to say.
But it still fits this this just fun-loving attitude of the level.
And it was still pretty unique to Capcom. I can't believe it took me so many years to hit upon it, but one of the things that was special about all Capcom games, your Mega Mans, your Striders, your Bionic Commandos, are the ability for you to, on the NES, to choose which level you went to first.
Yeah,
like, not a lot of games were doing that.
It was definitely a unique trait back then to choose the direction you wanted to take.
So I've also just looped, and we're going to come back to Launchpad.
Oh, wow. My mind is rending.
But I only got one part. I love Launchpad animations. The wrench disappeared.
His wrench died.
Don't crack up, but you can't.
But for me, I think that's what made a lot of these games special. You tackled them in whatever order you wanted.
Yeah.
There was always maybe one the schoolyard defined as the proper one. Nowadays, you call that game facts.
Yeah.
But you could take on anyone you wanted. For me, the game was hard, and this is the first level I ever completed in the original DuckTales Himalayas. I don't know if you can. Anybody else?
I can't remember the first one,
but
I definitely remember the first time seeing Gizmo Duck, and I think I maybe hadn't seen him in the show yet.
Yes.
And I was did the game tease Gizmo Duck?
No, certainly not.
Well,
certainly not.
Well, please continue correcting me.
All right.
Where did he come from?
Well, he was in the series, the second season.
Oh.
Which is fun to bring up here because you will see a brief appearance by another second season character in this level that I know most people always forget is in this game.
What was once a static sprite now becomes a part of the level.
Now comes to life and has
fully voiced.
Fully voiced. We will see him in a moment. I decided to take the long way around, but I basically looped around to show you that that's what happens when you bring one part back to Launchpad instead of all three. And I've taken hits just because I want something.
You are playing and talking at the same time. It's hard to do. I get a
little show-offy with my cane prowess. I should probably chill out. Here we go. Here's the area I never went to. Again, you could all do this in one super quick speed run if you wanted to.
Taking a nice stroll.
I wanted to take it. Yeah, I want to take it nice and slow. We don't get to show this game that often.
And for those at Comic-Con 2013 this year, it is playable on the show floor.
Exactly, this level.
And this comes after we premiered it at PAX East 2013, where we showed off the Amazon. Transylvania. Amazon we showed at E3, and this is Himalayas. And I know everyone's it's a build up to the moon. Everyone's waiting for the moon. Which is interesting to me because it's not like the moon isn't this thing where like it's another fuel resonator.
Yes, that canceled out my invincibility.
Oh, that sucks.
It's all good. Don't need it.
Oh, that's true.
Don't need it.
But the moon is like this almost legendary thing because of the music. It's not like the level is any better than any of the other levels in the game. It's just as a fun level as any of the levels you've played in DuckTales up to that point. But I really feel it's the music that has given it the status that it's gained over the years.
I think most people today have heard of DuckTales via a familiarity with the moon theme.
And there's so many great moon songs.
Here we go.
Hey,
Bubba Duck, ladies and
Bubba
gentlemen.
Duck.
I believe he made his appearance somewhere in the second season, maybe a 5-part episode. He had a Triceratops pet?
Yeah.
What was the name?
I'm going to go Sarah.
No, that's Land Before Time.
How about Try?
We do not have that.
Don Bluth's not knocking down the door?
I do want to make a Capcom cross Don Bluth if you ever get the chance. Just because I really want to kick the crap out of Thumbelina. Yep, we're
digging deep here. I don't.
Don Bluth fans out there are doubled over in laughter right now. I assure you.
I'm glad somebody's
I
laughing.
assure you.
Bubba, Scooge. I forgot he said Unca Scooge.
And they spelled it. And nearly avoided an M rating.
I think Bubba Duck just seems like some kind of Panama Jack ripoff that I would go into a beach store in the Gulf of Mexico and walk in and be like, get your Bubba Duck merchandise.
Well, it's just not because Bubba's appearance was like sort of there for no reason, except that he's been in ice before, according to the series. But this is kind of great. He's lost here.
Because in the prior game, in the NES game, he just
one thing.
He just a sprite that sat there. Now he gets to walk around with you and have a bit more interaction. It's still just emblematic of the little extra layer of polish put on the game.
Yeah, especially because I was finding out a lot of people don't like Bubba Duck. They call him the Scrappy-Doo or Poochie of DuckTales, but because he's in the original game, you better believe he's here.
Yeah.
And I am a fan of Bubba Duck. Please do not.
I have no particular ill will towards Bubba Duck.
Me neither. I mean, as a kid, I thought he was hysterical. That was definitely during my dinosaur fascination period.
Right. It hit the right time.
It's almost over.
Projections for 2017 suggest dinosaurs finally uncool.
Uncool. Right around the time of Jurassic Park 4, unfortunately.
I'm going to let my nephew know. Get over dinosaurs quick.
Get him. Get that giant Thunder Lizards DVD and Earl Sinclair poster. Oh!
Little Diamonds.
The Brett Elson story.
What a story. And what a climax. Who would have thought I'd have found
super carefully. I got one more healthy bar left. And these rabbits can be a little tricky.
Ooh.
Uh-oh, what's that? Could that be a part?
Almost got $1 million duck bucks.
Exactly. They're people bucks, I checked. These do transfer. I used to... I would have a dream when I was a kid that I would get a genie to grant me anything in-game that I could have in real life in order to trick him into getting the high score in DuckTales and having to turn that pile of money, that amassment of wealth, into real money. And it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it was like me. I got you, Genie. You told me I couldn't wish for money, but I wished for transfer. Yeah, I had my biggest wish was to make DuckTales real life as a young, 9-year-old. So I believe we have all of our parts, and we can head back up and talk to Launchpad. Back.
Of the Highland McQuacks, I believe.
Yes. The Bensonhurst Quacks. I already go over here. I did.
Very conniving Beagle Boy.
Yeah. I'm just glad they still talk like 1940s.
I was going to say, the 1940
great.
gangster motif is
They did it in
really-
'87. Why not in 2013? Ooh,
Oh!
hello.
Stealth
It's all right.
rabbit.
It's all right. Much more forgiving with the respawn areas in this game, depending on which difficulty mode you pick. But again, yeah, I've only heard a couple people like, man, kids have it so easy. Feel free to play this thing on hard. It'll give you a run for your money.
Yep, and it'll get rid of the map that if you cannot avert your eyes when you hit start, you can always put it on hard.
No!
Chris, however,
Yes.
leave it alone.
I cannot look away.
There is an extra skill. Shout out to everyone who does Let's Plays and doesn't record the footage and then VO over that. Anyone who plays and talks live, it's another.
It's a bit of a challenge.
It's another story.
I can't enjoy Bubba hopping around in the background there. And the death of Launchpad McQuack's wrench.
How many of these does he have? Ah, another one. So this is another like embellishment to the original DuckTales.
What's wrong with the... Oh, it's Webby, who I believe was in the level also without like really any explanation.
I don't remember her being.
But a lot of the like the nephews and Webby were in a lot of levels with no explanation.
Yeah.
Now there's a little bit of reasoning behind that, and it's nice. That's what I was going to say about the moon. The moon level. I don't know why, but I did always save it for last because the song is most like a finale.
Yeah,
It's
and
very much like a conclusion, and I'm loving that we will absolutely not be showing you the moon until the very, very last, because that's just the way the moon is to me.
yeah, it's like this strangely important thing
It
that
is.
you
It's
don't you
important to save
can't
it
you can't
for
lead
last.
with it. You gotta savor the moment.
Yep.
And this whole scene is another moment of just these voice actors getting to bounce dialogue off each other for the first time in
20 years, about.
yeah, basically 20
I mean,
years.
for Launchpad, the other characters have appeared here and there. Somebody had sent me a clip of like CG Scrooge and the Nephews, and that is absolutely from Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas.
Huh.
Rusty Taylor,
Wow.
And Alan Young doing the voice. But Launchpad in particular has
Oh my God,
Flintheart Glomgold.
Glomgold.
Glomgold and Launchpad have not had a place to shine in at least 2 decades, so unbelievably ecstatic to see them back again.
Like Glomgold. Is that a
Great
palindrome?
name. No. No, it's glom. He gloms onto gold. It's like
Glogmold.
cool Carl Barks name. All of them. It's always some alliterative,
Right.
should that be a word, name, Gyro Gearloose.
Almost.
What?
It's like J and G.
His name is Gyro. It's great.
Thanks for telling me.
Gyro Gearloose is also in the plane. Or not in the plane, in the game.
He's somewhere in the stowage department.
And here we are about to see one of the newer additions to the game.
The Beagle Boy Cannon.
The Beagle Boy Cannon. And that's exactly what it is.
Oh, neat.
Cannon.
I get it. Woo! All to that Himalayas view.
Here comes a 10 megaton finder's fee.
Oh. Ah, missed that one.
Scrooge!
Might have to cut around stuff here. Oh! Oh!
Now, is it a rule of 3s or a rule of 5s for DuckTales? I wonder.
Sure.
Oh, get out of there.
Uncle Scrooge will make it fair. Again, not an easy game. Now here we see one of the newer levels added by Way Forward. How's that? This is brand new. And as you can see, I'm going to whack Beagle Boys off of my... Get off my plane. Yeah.
Yeah, as it alternates between Beagle Boys and bombs. Whack. But is it a rule
Nothing
of...
too difficult. It's just, I love it because it's a chance for Scrooge and Glomgold to trade insults back and forth, which builds up to their epic encounter that most people are familiar with. The game eventually happens, but it's just sort of out of nowhere. You go back to Transylvania,
Right.
and you fight your arch enemy. So in here, he appears
He's like been
before the very
like dogging you throughout the game, or at various points.
And I wonder if it's more to like flesh it out, or just because like maybe people who know DuckTales but not the show wouldn't know who he was by the end of the game.
could be,
unless we
because it's been long
establish
enough.
it ahead of time. It
Yeah.
has been long enough, and it hasn't been on Toon Disney. I think it was the last place it was, or Jetix, or whatever you want to call it.
Jetix, yeah.
Hasn't been on there for quite a while. But again, I still find the show very watchable. It's very pulpy, very adventure-y. It's not directly based off Carl Barks' comics, which are also amazing, but very much feels like an adventure comic to me. I love the original DuckTales episodes. And I'm a big cartoon fan. It's just like cartoon characters, even the ones I love, don't really do anything or go anywhere due to animation limitations.
Right.
Or even the guys in Adventure Time are always like reluctantly going somewhere, where Scrooge is like, we're going here and we're going to get there, we're going to go with this.
Yeah, it's very proactive characters like to go seek out the adventure.
Straightforward adventure show, man. We don't have enough of that.
Whatever it is, it won't last long if it tries to get between me and the lost crown.
Uncle Scrooge, don't go.
Don't worry, lassie.
Dinna worry. I love the way they spell that. Dinna worry.
Bubba just doing
Doing
whatever.
what he does best. Getting the ADD out. Good. He'll sleep tonight.
Step aside.
And he's wearing his Captain Caveman outfit.
Stay with Launchpad. He'll take good care of you.
Let's hope that the Hanna-Barbera people don't sue. Just kid. There shouldn't be any more Hanna-Barbera people to worry about. I kid the Hanna-Barberas.
And, some little denouement.
Do you happen to remember who the boss is here, Elston?
An abominable snowman.
This is pretty true. And one of my favorite, most notable things about him, the first couple builds we played when the game was still in very much a work in progress, still rough.
Duh.
Shoot. All right, there's no hiding that from you. See, the score is different. We had I was out of lives. I died.
All the way.
I died in like the Wiley tunnel.
The equivalent of the between the boss door of Mega Man.
Incredible.
Mega Man 1, where there's actually enemies in those hallways. Yes. Oh, thank God.
Okay, so this is what this guy is awesome. This is how he's different from before.
Jeez.
One of the biggest sprites I have ever seen. And you don't want to be near his feet. And he comes jumping. Ah! You're... Pop! Oh, I missed.
Duh.
It's all right.
Man, that is...
Can't be killed. I am Scrooge. Because unlike the other game, depending on what difficulties you're on, you will get some life drops on occasion. So what we want to do here is wait for him to fall down there. And I missed again. Awesome.
Well, it's certainly more involved than the original boss.
Yeah, definitely. Every boss has been given, like, it's no longer just hit him 3 times and you're done.
Right.
They're all given weird new abilities and wacky patterns.
Yeah, some of them we've seen, like the Magic of the Spell fight, is kind of an escalating pattern that actually gets
it's
fairly challenging.
It's nothing too crazy, but like it's all really interesting, especially in your first time. There
Crack.
we go.
Oh, what a
that is how you
what
do
a
it.
loser.
Oh. Careful that snow. I've done this in a couple months.
Oh, all my pent-up aggression on this mountain wall.
Ice bad. And should have done it right there. Schmackety.
Oh, that's the nice neutral jump there from the abominable snowman.
I don't know why I want to do Frankenstein's voice every time he comes on screen. Inauthentic and unnecessary.
Also,
Not the right studio. I know. It's not like they're using them. Man, there's a lot of trash talk here with old movie studios. Hanna-Barbera, not Universal. Is there anybody we won't offend?
the good people at McGraw-Hill.
Oh no! Oh. Ill-timed once again.
Oof.
Again, it's been a while. The biggest sprites, man.
No, do it. Do
I
it.
don't want to take the chance. Hopefully, won't crush it.
Oof.
All right. I'm
Enjoying the
cool
detail
and
of his
collected.
toenails. Some nice sprite work.
Go! Yes! Yes.
He's bags under his eyes. I think this guy needs to get some rest.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I should have practiced more. Again, man, not an easy game. Woo, woo, woo. Come on, do that jumpy. Yeah.
Borf.
Brarf. Yeah.
I'm just loving all these little frames.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Schmackity. There we go.
Since this is Rage Yell, no, I guess there's one more hit.
Oh, God. And barely dodge.
Ooh.
Skill, baby. Can't teach that. Jump one more time. Yes! And I especially love how this boss fight ends. It is probably not how you're expecting it to. But it's very Disney. It's very Disney, I'll say that much. Very DuckTales as well. I almost hate to spoil it for people. So look away if you don't want to know story-wise how this all plays
But
out.
I need to know the plight of the abominable snowman.
Yeah, how did he get here? How did he come to be?
How did he become so abominable?
Is he? Where's Bubba? How come Bubba and the abominable snowman are never in the same frame together? Is it Frank Welker doing the voice? All these questions will be answered when the game comes out.
If it's a cartoon, I'm going to have to say yes, it is Frank Welker doing the voice.
See? Webby's like, come on. The poor fuzzy lady didn't mean any harm.
What? Now suddenly, there are eyelashes.
Daft lass. This monster tried to pummel me. Why, I nearly cashed my last check.
Oh, I know, ma'am. But Uncle Scrooge is really nice once you get to know
And
him.
he's not beating you with his cane.
Look.
Webby, you understand this creature?
Of course, Uncle Scrooge. It's all in the Junior
The
Woodchuck
guidebook.
Yep.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
That's right.
What
Do you remember the friend of Webby and the Nephews, who was always wearing Junior Woodchuck?
No.
Doofus?
Doofus.
Doofus.
You don't suppose...
What's his last name?
Duck pun?
Duck.
Here's your thorn,
There's no
Webby.
better duck pun than just duck.
The lost crown of Genghis Khan.
The pretty crown. You found it.
Yay! Webby no longer cares about the plight of the poor female snowman.
Abominable snow
I
woman.
cannot
I hope
thank you
can
enough.
find it in your heart to forgive me. Without your help, we never would have found the treasure. Oh, and thanks to you too.
Alright guys, we are almost out of DuckTales to show you. Hopefully you enjoyed that
You, Uncle Scrooge.
pretty long and insufferable version of the boss battle. It's alright. The same thing would have happened to you had you just tried it gone in blind.
Well, now they know. They've seen the video.
Now you know.
They know going in.
Half
Yes,
the battle.
stage clear.
Alright guys, keep it a Capcom Unity for more. Subscribe, yo!
Rated E for everyone.